the latest is big news with Ethereum this morning. They pulled off their final dress rehearsal ahead of the merge, and the price has gone soaring. So I think we hit our all-time high in the past 2 months. Will, tell us about what is going on.
Yeah, totally. For a second, I thought you were going to say that they actually did the merge. I was like, no, not yet. But so close. We actually got.
Yeah, I know.
We got a nice date. Yeah, we got a date from them finally, a terminal difficulty. So essentially, what this means is like at a certain point in the future, at a block height, Ethereum will change from proof of work to proof of stake. It's a 2-part upgrade. We found out this morning what the date is going to be. It's going to be early September. First day, I think, is the 11th, and the second date is the 14th or 15th. And this depends on a few things, including hash rate, other people involved on the network, and if there's any sort of a client changes at the last second. But it looks like we have a date for the merge, which I said yesterday, the Tornado Cash news might have been the biggest thing in crypto. But this actually might be the biggest thing in crypto this year. This is a huge transition. Adam, I want to throw it to you really quickly. A note, Ether is really close to $2,000, so I think the market's rewarding them.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of confidence that we're seeing back in markets today, and we have really been seeing it since kind of last month as we started to see the news about the merge solidify. Let's call it that. So yeah, I mean, again, as somebody who's been in the space for a long time, the sort of talk and the plan towards this day that seems like it's now set for mid-September, it's been a long time coming. It's been much delayed. There's been a lot of questions about whether it would really ever happen because there were just some hard problems in there that had to be solved. And the thing about hard problems when you're talking about technology, and especially cryptocurrency, is you can predict that there is a solution for it, but it's really hard to predict that it's going to happen next month or next year or 15 years from now or whatever. So when you're talking about what's going on with Ethereum right now, really the context here is far broader than that main chain. It is in fact very, very important for the entire crypto sector. We have never seen a transition for a major chain that has been in operation, much less the most popular one in operation, that has made a transition like this. Changing something like the proof of work consensus algorithm to the proof of stake consensus algorithm, this is very much like going in, and like ripping all the guts out of an airplane while you are actually flying the thing, and then, trying to make that transition in such a way so that nobody gets hurt and there are no problems. It's possible. It's really, really difficult. And this is still not a sure thing, too. It's worth noting that although they have done a number of test nets, just the size of the Ethereum blockchain and just the level of complexity that's implicit with this type of change means that it's still very possible that something could go wrong. Right now, everything's looking pretty good. And I got to say, if they pull this off, it's going to be probably the most significant thing that we've seen in cryptocurrency perhaps ever, really, outside of the actual creation of the Bitcoin blockchain and sort of the concept behind it. This is a really, really big deal. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. Not sure crypto prices are out of the woods yet, though. So I'm watching that one. I'm a little bit curious. What do you think, Jen?
Well, I want to take a vote. I want to know, do you guys think that this is going to happen on the date outlined in September? Is the merge actually going to happen? Is it finally here?
It's here. It's time to celebrate.
Okay, who says yes? Both of you say yes?
Well, so I have a slightly I have a wonk answer here. My wonk answer is that yes, I think it'll probably happen, but I also think that it probably won't happen on the exact date that they're saying. What they gave us is a block height, which means that it's at a certain block number, which is every, I believe, 8 seconds, a block is approved on the Ethereum blockchain. Or maybe it's lower than that. It is lower than that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The point just is that these are variable things. There's variance in it. And so if blocks go faster, then we'll see it show up a little bit sooner. If blocks go slower, we'll see it show up a little bit later. But that's kind of the thing, is whenever you're talking about these dates in block height, they tend to move around by 24 hours, 48 hours, something like that.
All right.
I know we're supposed to move to a different topic, but I have to do a little fact check. It's actually not block height for this go around. And this comes off of our conversation, I think yesterday. Maybe it was on the show, maybe it was somewhere else I was talking about this. But the fact that they're trying to prevent any sort of miners nefariously attacking the new chain, so they're using a terminal difficulty, which basically means that like when the Ethereum network hits a difficulty height with enough hash rate on the network, then the transition will automatically happen. There's even like a manual function in this apparently, so that they're able to go through the merge without any miners taking over. Adam, what you're talking about there, yeah, that's like the typical way they do it, right? That's what they've done for all transitions in the past. But they're worried that miners might start to slow down the network, and block height would be a way of slowing down the network. So they're not going to do it that way.